My roommate Bella and I had the same taste. She liked every single one of my boyfriends. She said I was too naive, unable to see through men's tricks, and volunteered to test them for me. So she seduced my boyfriends under the pretense of looking out for me. After successfully stealing them, she'd gloat and mock me. See, I told you you're a terrible judge of character. Those men are all scheming liars. If it weren't for me, you'd have been fooled for sure. I'd be furious, but couldn't argue back. This time, I secretly started dating the school's football star behind her back. When she found out, she made her move again. But what she didn't know was that this boyfriend was specially prepared for her. Bella was showing off a photo of herself with my ex-boyfriend Lucas, flaunting it everywhere. When he was chasing you, he said you were the only one for him. Now all I had to do was crook my finger and he came running. Good thing I was here, or you'd have been fooled again. I clenched my fists, anger surging through my chest. Calling yourself a homewrecker so proudly? Have you no shame? Bella froze, then put on a hurt expression. Molly, I'm just trying to protect you from being deceived. Why can't you appreciate that? Our roommate Jennifer immediately jumped to her defense. Molly, you're way too obsessed with relationships. Getting into a fight with a good friend over some guy, is it really worth it? Exactly. If it weren't for Bella, you wouldn't know how many times you'd been fooled. She's filtering out trash for you. You should be thanking her. Our other roommate Rachel also sided with Bella. I opened my mouth but couldn't get a word out. My 5 ex-boyfriends were indeed terrible people, but was Bella any better? Before each breakup, I'd secretly checked their phones. Bella had sent them lots of revealing photos. Her pajama tops cut very low. She'd ask them things like, "Do you think my breasts are big?" I thought they were all disgusting. Bella sidled up to me, her tone dripping with smugness. "Molly, you're not actually mad, are you? I didn't mean anything by it. I just chatted with them casually, and they all fell for me. That's not my fault, is it?" Jennifer chimed in. "Of course it's not your fault. It's because you're so charming. Unlike some people who think just because they get good grades, every guy in the world wants them." Then she exchanged a knowing glance with Rachel, and they both smirked. I ignored their petty schemes, turned my head, and continued looking at my phone. The dorm fell silent for a few seconds. Suddenly, Jennifer let out a shocked yell. "Oh my God, look who that is!" She pressed herself against the balcony window, craning her neck to look down. "That's Damien! Damien! What's he doing downstairs at our dorm?" Rachel and Bella immediately rushed out. "Holy crap, it really is him! What's he doing at our building? Is he waiting for his girlfriend? No way! Who's that lucky? This is Damien we're talking about, the untouchable dream guy." Jennifer seemed to remember something and looked at Bella. "Bella, didn't you used to be pretty close with Damien? Does he have a girlfriend now?" Bella's expression shifted, but she said nothing. Back then, she'd chased Damien for over 6 months and couldn't even get him to add her on social media. I finished applying my lipstick in the mirror and prepared to leave. Bella blocked my way. "Didn't you break up with Lucas? Are you still going on dates with him?" I pushed her hand away. "I broke up with him 3 months ago. That piece of trash? If you like him so much, he's all yours." My phone suddenly rang. I answered immediately. A cool, smooth voice came through. "You there, babe? I'm downstairs. I'll be right down." Just as I was about to hang up, my phone was snatched away. Bella glared at me. "No wonder you don't want Lucas anymore. Turns out you've got someone new." Then she spoke into my phone in a sickeningly sweet voice. "Hi, I'm Molly's roommate, Bella. Are you Molly's boyfriend?" I don't know what was said on the other end, but the smile on her face suddenly froze. Taking advantage of her shock, I grabbed my phone back and hung up immediately. Crazy jealousy flashed in Bella's eyes as she stared at me intently. "Your boyfriend is Damien? That's impossible. Damien has such high standards. How could he possibly go for her?" Exactly. The line of girls chasing Damien reaches all the way to the school gates. "Molly?" As if she's good enough. Bella said nothing, but her expression had returned to calm. She looked me up and down. "Molly, you didn't just find some random guy to pretend to be Damien to fool us, did you?" Looking at her face, so convinced she'd seen through everything, I suddenly found it amusing. "Think whatever you want." I was done wasting words on her. I turned and headed downstairs. At the entrance to the dorm building, Damien was leaning against a red Lamborghini. When he saw me come out, he waved. Scattered sunlight fell on Damien. He really was handsome. No wonder Bella had chased him for 6 months. And that was precisely why I'd agreed to date him. "Did you wait long? Just got here. Get in." Damien thoughtfully opened the car door for me. The moment I got in the car, I glanced up and happened to see 3 insanely jealous faces on the dorm balcony. I almost laughed out loud. Damien took me to a tennis court at a private club. He wrapped his arms around me from behind, teaching me how to grip the racket. My phone rang. It was Bella. "Molly, you're at the tennis court, aren't you?" I was slightly surprised. She really was relentless. "What do you want?" Bella put on a wounded tone. "What kind of attitude is that? I'm just worried about you. Afraid you'll get fooled. Damien won't fool me. And stop calling me." My voice turned cold as I hung up directly. Damien handed me a towel and gently wiped my forehead. "What's wrong? Did your roommate make you angry?" I took the towel. "Yeah, someone's jealous I found such a handsome boyfriend." He chuckled softly and reached out to ruffle my hair. The next second, a tennis ball suddenly flew over and hit Damien hard in the back. Damien frowned and turned around. Bella ran over in a panic. "I'm so sorry, I didn't see clearly. I'm really sorry." She bent down, her blouse neckline cut very low. Her cleavage jiggled with the movement. Damien raised an eyebrow. His gaze swept across her face with no expression. "It's fine." He put his arm around my waist, preparing to leave. Bella grabbed him. "How can I just let it go like that? Why don't we add each other on Snapchat? I got your clothes dirty. Let me buy you a new one." Damien looked down, disgust flashing in his eyes. "No need, I don't add random women." He turned to look at me, his expression softening. "Babe, I'm sorry this ruined things. Let's go. I'll buy you a Cartier bracelet to make up for it." I smiled, shooting Bella a triumphant look. She stood there, her face livid. My previous boyfriends would also politely refuse Bella in front of me, but the burning desire in their eyes couldn't be hidden. After we got back, they'd always secretly add her. She thought all men were the same. Too bad this time she'd run into Damien, who couldn't be bothered to give her a second glance. I was very satisfied with Damien, so satisfied that I even thought he might be the exception. But sometimes, reality slaps you in the face faster than you expect. The day of the school play rehearsal, I went to find him. He and Bella were sitting close together, sharing a milk tea. He took a sip. Then Bella lowered her head, placing her lips on the straw he'd just touched. After she drank, Damien casually took another sip without any hesitation. My head buzzed. Damien looked up and saw me. He froze for a moment. Following my gaze, he also looked at the straw. Bella has low blood sugar. She fainted on stage several times. I want to finish rehearsal quickly so we don't waste everyone's time. He handed the remaining milk tea to Bella. "Finish this, and let's get back to rehearsing." Bella took it, slowly sucked on the straw, and smiled at me. "Your boyfriend really is dense. No matter how I flirt, he doesn't react. This time, you finally picked the right one." She walked away in her high heels, her back as arrogant as ever. I stood there, my heart pounding hard. I knew that look of determination in her eyes all too well. Damien noticed my expression was off and reached out to hold me. Babe, don't overthink it. A few days ago, the girl playing the female lead was in a car accident. Bella's filling in as a favor. I can't not return the favor. I nodded and leaned on his shoulder. You know what? Bella seems to really like my boyfriends. She stole away all my previous ones. I'm afraid you'll also. He held me tighter. Don't worry. The person I love will always be you. As soon as he finished speaking, his phone rang. I glanced at it. It was a message from Bella. He quickly looked at it, then released me. I need to get back to work. I'll come find you later. I watched his retreating figure, my heart sinking bit by bit. I thought Damien would be different, but in just 1 week, he'd already added her on Snapchat. Over the next few days, Damien clearly sensed my low mood. To cheer me up, he said he'd take me on a yacht and introduce me to his close friends. I decided to give him one more chance. The yacht was huge, with champagne and delicate pastries on the deck. Damien introduced me to everyone. This is my girlfriend Molly. A few guys greeted me with smiles. The atmosphere was fairly pleasant. After chatting for a bit, the topic shifted to the Steele family's recent project. How's your family's new drug development going? Damien frowned. There's one critical issue we can't overcome. If we could contact top cardiac specialist Dr. Harold Smith, things would be fine. Otherwise, if this drags on, all our initial investment will go down the drain. As soon as he finished speaking, a familiar voice cut in. Dr. Smith? Bella walked over with a smile. I know him. My aunt is a pharmaceutical rep. She's had dinner with Dr. Smith several times. If you want to meet him, I can help. Damien looked up, surprise flashing in his eyes. I stood to the side, my fingers slowly clenching. All of Damien's attention was drawn to Bella. While they were deep in conversation, I quietly took out my phone and sent a message to an unsaved number. The fish is almost hooked. Proceed as planned. Damien began meeting with Bella frequently behind my back. After each meeting, Bella would have a new piece of jewelry or another handbag. As usual, she showed off a bag Damien had given her in the dorm. Jennifer's eyes widened in exaggerated shock. This bag is the new limited edition from Hermes. Only 3 in the world. Bella, who gave it to you? Bella's smile was loaded with meaning. Some people think they've got the dream guy on a leash, not realizing that flower has legs of its own. The corner of her mouth lifted. That satisfied expression. I knew it all too well. She must have gotten Damien. I suppressed the anger in my chest, put on my headphones, and turned the volume to maximum. During this period, Damien hadn't come to find me. He was too busy dealing with headaches over the new drug development. Until my birthday, when he suddenly asked to meet. He hugged me excitedly, his voice filled with barely contained joy. Molly, I have great news. We finally broke through the bottleneck in the drug development. I know I've been neglecting you lately, but I'm really sorry. I've just been so busy. Once he mastered this technology, he could officially take over the family business. He shared this news with me first. I was touched. Then he took me to the Van Cleef & Arpels boutique. He immediately set his sights on a $10 million custom jewelry piece. Do you like it? I stared, stunned. The necklace was so beautiful it seemed unreal. It's beautiful, but it's too expensive. It's not expensive. Only this can show how much I care. My nose tingled, and the gloom from the past few days dissipated. Damien handed me the exquisitely packaged gift box. Molly, help me give this to Bella. I froze, not comprehending. What? These past days, she's been running around helping me with everything. She really helped me out. You're my girlfriend. It's more appropriate if you give it to her. I lowered my head, didn't refuse, and showed no expression on my face. I immediately contacted Bella. She happened to be at the same mall. Damien and I went directly to find her. When we reached the agreed spot, we saw her struggling with a man. That man was my ex-boyfriend, Lucas. Bella, stop avoiding me. I've already found a house. The new development at the waterfront. I'll put it in your name. As long as you're with me, I'll give you anything. Bella frowned. Lucas, what's wrong with you? But Lucas kept pestering her relentlessly, holding on to Bella. The next second, a figure rushed over and punched Lucas hard in the face. What do you think you are to harass her like this? Lucas stumbled back several steps, glaring at Damien resentfully. The two men fought, both landing heavy blows. It took 3 or 5 mall security guards to pull them apart. I suddenly found it ridiculous. My current boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend were beating each other up over another woman. How ironic. Bella, eyes red, threw herself into Damien's arms. Thank God you came. I was so scared. Damien held her, lowering his head to comfort her softly. It's okay. I'm here. After warning Lucas with his eyes, he left with Bella. From start to finish, he never looked back at me once. I was about to leave. Suddenly, a large hand grabbed my arm and pulled me into the nearby fire escape. My back pressed against the cold wall. A familiar scent pressed down on me. After a passionate kiss, the person spoke slowly. Babe, have you played enough? How was my performance? Every time that Bella touches my arm, I have to go home and wash it 3 times.